Okay, so I tried to do a part 2, and about 3 minutes through it, I must be getting like Snapchats and stuff like that, and so then my mouth was not caught up with my words like on the screen, so I had to cut it. So I'm just going to pick up where I left off basically in my mind instead of recapping everything I just said because that's way too complicated. So part 2, I'm going to say is about like how I was kind of saying about how I don't know if I caught this in the last video or if this, it doesn't matter. We're just going to start where I'm at here. Like I was saying ex-girlfriends, but I'm mainly saying ex-girlfriend of 4.5, 5 years would be astonished to see how I am now, because I say like, you can't get hurt by anybody. Like, nobody can hurt you. Nobody can. Okay, it's technically a choice to be hurt. You have to have enough self-love built up and enough boundaries and respect for yourself to be able to boom and then just kind of carry on about life. Now, this is what I mean by like, because people just coming into my life now are like, oh, Cassie doesn't care, she doesn't have any feelings. Well, my ex-girlfriend or past people that know me, and nobody needs to feel any certain way for me saying that. We have enhanced each other's journey. I haven't even talked to her since I've been out. I haven't talked to her in years. But, like, she would be astonished if she heard this, honestly. She would be like, if she actually heard maybe somebody I've dated now, if they were to say to her, like, what's the deal with Cassie? Like, she doesn't have any feelings or she's not sensitive or whatever, like, it'd probably blow her mind off. Like, literally, because all she's known me for is being this sensitive, attached, hurt person all the time. And, like, this is what I'm trying to say is I let go. It all just vanished, okay, one day in prison. I finally had the last person that hurt me. Which, thank God, they served their purpose for their time. I knew it. I knew I had to do what I had to do, and I had to encounter and experience that whole ordeal. I have a tendency to not be able to see into the future, but be able to see something that could potentially alter something for me, and I can feel the intuitive pull, and so I'll go. And so I went, and, like, that's really what it is, but I could not explain that to people in prison because they, sorry, but don't get it, like, I knew I had to go to this other block, so I did what I had to do, but I made up other stories as to why I went to the block. But really, it was, I knew I had to go there to get a lesson, a spiritual lesson. And I got it. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I did what I did. Like, so happy. Prison's the best thing. It was the best and worst thing at the same time that ever happened to me, and I'm so freaking glad I went. Anyways, prison's where I lost all my attachments to people and relationships. First, it turned out to be a negative thing where I was, like, a complete, like, dick to women, which would surprise a lot of people. And then I found a really nice balance of, like, I can be sweet and nice, Cassie, but then I have zero attachments towards anyone I'm with or seeing. Like, while I'm with them, I care about them a lot, but, like, if we want to part ways or they want to or I want to, like, I'm good, which is new for me. Because I used to be, like, killing myself over women, like literally trying to kill myself, like not okay, even after a couple weeks of talking to a girl. That's not normal and that's not healthy. I don't know, like that's codependent, and I had no love for myself, no respect, no boundaries for myself. So on the subject of attachments, like I've let go of all that, and it's a gift and it's a curse sometimes, honestly, because sometimes now I'll get like, it seems like I don't care, or like now when I say this one, I'm actually referring to a situation of when I first got out of prison. I would always hear this in my mind towards the person I was dating, or I mean, she would always say this to me, and so now I always hear it in my mind. But like, she said, how come you don't care? How can you just be so mean to me or walk away or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know either. Like, I don't know. Like, honestly, your ex-girlfriend and you taught me that. So, like, that's how I know. And I would try to explain that to her. But, like, and see, like, I'm just rambling right now because I just apparently have a lot to say right now. It's kind of hot in this bathroom, though. The fan's going. But, like, minus all the rambling, like, the point is, like, attachments. like, will kill you no matter what it is, to a cigarette or to a human or to a freaking roll of toilet paper on my strange addiction. I don't know. It's the fear of losing that object or thing that makes us feel somewhat complete. But we all know deep down none of that works. It doesn't fill. Only you can fill. Only love can fill. The only way you can fill another person's cup is if yours is full. Like, this is not. This is common sense, but common sense is not common practice. Like, you gotta return back home. Remember where you came from, which is pure love and light, and then try to return to that every day. And I'm guilty of things too, all the time. I'm not perfect. I don't know why people tend to think that I am. I'm not. I struggle. I'm just trying to share some stuff. That's it. I'm just trying to share a little bit about something I feel like I might know. That's it, really. Things that have resonated so strongly within me that I just cannot help but talk about because I want to touch another human soul. I want you to remember what it's like to be home. I want you to remember what it's like to come in as pure love, light energy. Remember that. You're not these paradigm conditioned beliefs that you were unconsciously like parents unconsciously pass it to you because they forgot too and they didn't return back home in their heart and in their mind, you know? So now it's just unconsciously passed, and now you're paradigmed into it and conditioned into it, and it's like, you gotta come back to your roots, man. You have to. Anyways, I'm getting an unbelievable amount of texts, Snapchats, messages, everything, which is not abnormal nor normal, so it's nothing, but I'm going to go so it doesn't slow down my YouTubes. Much more to say, and going to be a lot of upcoming stuff because I'm going to have surgery on the 7th. I'm going to try and do a lot of YouTube work, a lot of shoulder recovery videos, and I'm going to try and maybe get some editing done on my book so I can get that out there, man. I'm not going to say too much about it because sometimes when I speak too much about what I think I'm going to do, it doesn't, because you don't know what's going to happen in life either. You really don't. You get a phone call right now that your brother's like, just got hit by a car or something, and it could just totally alter your entire life. So you just got to be aware that things come up and you got to go with the flow and live in the moment. None of it's cliche, all of it's truth. See what resonates with you. Sit on it and feel it. You know what I mean? Feel it. And everything I say is just a projection and a mirror straight reflected back to myself. Everything I talk about and every piece of advice I give is strictly for myself and for those who feel united in the presence of the oneness that's existing all the time. So I'm just here to try to shed a little bit of light. Okay? That's enough of the bathroom vids. I'm going to go for now, but lots of upcoming stuff. Later. Yes.